My name is Fosirinu Fred. I'm the group leader of FBA 23 Group. My group members and I will be talking about achieving effective communication, and they'll be sharing some key points which are list and explain achieving effective communication. 2. List and explain the principles of effective communication. 3. List the barriers of effective communication. Colleagues will be shedding more light on defining effective communication.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Eyarumi Bukonwa. Here I'll be discussing and defining the meaning of effective communication. Effective communication can be defined as the process of transmitting information, ideas, thoughts, and emotions to one or two recipients. It can also be use of verbal and non-verbal methods to convey messages, foster understanding, and establish a connection between a sender and a receiver. Effective communication also involves being mindful of non-verbal cues such as body language, facial expression, tone of voice, and gesture. It is a key skill in personal relationship, professional setting, and all areas of life where clear and meaningful exchange of information is essential. Next, my classmates will be talking about the principle of achieving effective communication.
Good afternoon, my name is Adedoyin Olamileko Emmanuel, and I'll be speaking on the subtopic, Principles of Effective Communication. Communication is a very essential part in any business environment, and to ensure effective communication, several principles should be taken into cognizance. Firstly, the information communicated should be comprehensive. Where possible, the purpose of the information should be fully addressed, and the action should be able to be taken by the receiver appropriately. Clarity. The purpose of messages is to be clear, worded in such a way that the receiver absolutely understands the message that the sender is trying to convey. You, the sender, should be clear of the goal, purpose, and format in which you are going to send your message. Another principle is coherence. Communication takes place across several formats and tools in which the business actually operates. So therefore, the consistency of the communication and the business principles, goals, and policies should be in coherence. The next principle I'll be discussing today is the importance of feedback. Feedback cannot be overemphasized in confirming that communication has been effective, as there might be a compliance requirement or monitoring function which needs addressing via the feedback. Thank you.
My name is Raji Sokolo Akorede. I'll be continuing from where my colleague stopped. I'll be listing the principles of effective communication. Number 1, staying organized. Staying organized is not an easy task for everyone passing information to another person. You have to list your outline before you start talking to any of your peers. Number 2, create a goal. Creating a goal is one of the most important aspects in passing information to your audience. Without creating a goal, you can't communicate to your audience because you won't derive what you want to talk to them about. The mode of talking to your audience is either you talk to them face to face or using mobile phone or passing your information through advertising. It depends on how you want to communicate to your audience. My other classmate will talk about the principles and on effective communication.
Good day, my name is Omotoshe Feniola, and I'm here to continue from where my classmates stopped on the principles of effective communication. So I'm here to talk about courteousness. Courteousness is about acknowledging your audience, making eye contact and speaking politely. Then we also have completeness. A message must be complete in order to avoid unnecessary expenses. The information must be concise, that means it must be brief. It must contain the key information, but it must be clear so that the users of the information will be able to decode the message. Since speaking of concise, the information must be brief in form and comprehensive in size. That means it must be summarized, short, clear, but not carry unnecessary information.
My name is Ogunshino Esther Ifeluwa. I'm here to discuss about the barriers to effective communication. What do you understand by barriers? Barriers can be defined as any obstacles or hindrance in the smooth flow of communication. That is when one party is not able to get the message conveyed by another party accurately. So we have different types of barrier. We have physical barrier. Physical barrier can be defined as the elements or physical factors that act as a distraction to the full flow of communication. Example of physical barriers, we have people talking too loudly. For example, let's take for instance our FBA lecturer, Mr. Akintunde, is in a lecture room trying to pass a message to the student, and there are some group of students discussing, making noise in the classroom, you can agree with me that there won't be a free flow of communication because of the noise in the class. The next one is sigmatic barriers. What do you understand by sigmatic barrier? Sigmatic barrier is when the sender and the receiver, they are not on the same page. It might be because of the difficult language used or the faulty transaction that the person used. For example, a manager of a company has a message from the upper level organization, that's the CEO of an organization. He has a message to the lower level organization, that's the front line. And the way he or she translate the message, give the information to the front line, it really matters. If not, there won't be effective communication. Thank you. My partner will continue from there.
Well, my name is John Onfor Oluwasegun. I'll be discussing from my partner's talk, which is barrier to effective communication. Barrier to effective communication are so much. I'll be discussing few of them. We have the attitude barrier. Attitude barrier is talking about introverts. We have people who have huge ego or inconsiderate behaviors. We also have the psychological barrier. Psychological barrier is talking about mentality, mental and physiological issues which may affect barriers to effective communication, such like fear, disorder, phobia, and depression. We also have the physiological barrier. Physiological barrier is talking about the principles which is actually controllable. It is the most obvious barriers affecting communication. We have faulty equipment in communication. We have closed doors. We have noise, which will actually be a barrier in effective communication. We also have the technological barrier. Technological barrier is talking about the new developments which are in our society nowadays.
This is School 23, and thank you for watching our videos. Bye.